Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Threes In. So, maybe 6 weeks ago, while I was sitting in a hotel waiting for this silly house to be completed, I made a video on a man that I worked with, Lieutenant Colonel Clyde Williams. I worked with him at Vance Air Force Base in the late 70s. And Clyde, as I mentioned in the first video, was just a great guy, a captain's lieutenant colonel, if you will. He was a guy you could go sit down and talk to, and he'd listen to you, and then he'd come out with some very sage advice for you that never failed to steer you right. He was one of those kind of guys that was a mentor for me without really ever knowing it, and I will forever be grateful to Clyde for the time he took mentoring me as well as many others out there. At any rate, after I made that first video, I posted it on a Facebook site for Williams people, primarily the maintainers and pilots, instructor pilots, and there was quite a few students on there also, former students. At any rate, one of the guys on there, Tony, knows Clyde or has stayed kind of in touch with him, and he began to take it upon himself to see if he could put us back in touch with each other. And lo and behold, last night he sent Clyde's phone number to me. Well, I couldn't help it. I called and Clyde answered the phone, and we had a great conversation. I mean, it was just fantastic. We picked it up, the conversation, I suspect, from where we left it off. Never skipped a beat. What I didn't realize, I knew Clyde was older than I am. I'm 78, and it turns out Clyde is 91, still sharp as a tack. The people we talked about, the incidents we discussed, he was just spot on with them, and we just still laughed like crazy over it. It was just so good to talk to Clyde. So I wanted to take a moment here to give a shout out to Tony for his efforts in putting us in touch with each other, and to encourage you, if you have an instructor pilot in your life, a mentor of some kind, reach out and call him and talk to him. In today's day and age of so much negativity, it's kind of neat to take a little time out to reach out to someone like that and perhaps thank him for guiding you along the way. So with that in mind, Clyde, I look forward to many more conversations with you. With that in mind, this is Bobo, Base Gear. Stop.